Ms Payne with a question, please.
Thank you, President. And my question is for the Attorney-General, Ms Symes, and I acknowledge your response to Dr Ratnam, and in a similar light, I'd like to also just talk about how deeply affected the actions of the far-right and trans activists ensued on us as a community over the weekend during the rally, and no one should be expected to endure hate speech that is designed to intimidate and humiliate, especially those already vulnerable and marginalised. So my question is, Minister, when will you move to legislate extended anti-vilification protections that you supported in principle on the 2nd of September 2021 in response to Recommendation 1 of the Legal Social Issues Committee?
Minister.
Thank you, President, and I thank Ms Payne for her question and indeed support the remarks that you've made in relation to the impact that actions and words have on people. And it's never lost on me when we have debates in this chamber that affect the rights of vulnerable communities, particularly LGBTIQ+ communities. We've had many debates in here where we are championing the rights, but I know that commentary in itself is quite harmful. But of course, it's important work to advance. It is on the list to do. As you know, we have accepted those recommendations in principle. It was scheduled for work for me for the second half of this year. Obviously, we're pulling forward some elements of it. I've got a lot of legal reform that is really important to Victorians that we are working through, but this remains one of my priorities.
Ms Payne, supplementary.
Thank you, and I thank the Minister for her response. And I agree. In principle, there has been that commitment made, but can you give us those in the LGBTI community some reassurance that there will be also shield-like law reform protections for us from vilification, as made in that Recommendation 1?
Minister.
Indeed, thank you, Ms Payne. We're looking at extending the list of attributes that are protected under our vilification laws, looking at hate laws, hate crimes, and whether there can be changes there. These are conversations that I've been having for some time, whether it's with representatives of our multicultural communities, members of the LGBTIQ+ community and advocates in this space. So there's a lot of interest in it. It is complex to get right. You want to get it right. And as we've said, sometimes the conversations can be harmful as well. So let's do it once. So that would be my commitment to you and to this chamber, that we will have more to say in this space.